And we are here back at GDC. I'm talking to Carl Stewart from Crystal Dynamics. You guys are here showing off Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, correct?
Yes, we sure are.
I got the name right and everything. Interesting thing here, Carl, is there's no Tomb Raider name on this game. What's up with that?
Wow, yes, we made a big decision here, and that was really Tomb Raider should be seen as that epic adventure. We have an opportunity this time around to be able to take Lara into some new spaces, and no more so, but then bringing her into this isometric viewpoint, giving her co-op. It really is an opportunity to follow Lara in a journey and try new things.
Obviously, this is clearly not a Tomb Raider game in the traditional sense. When you first see it, you see that isometric perspective. But it still has a lot of the trappings of Tomb Raider. It's still, she is still identifiable as the lead character from the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. At Crystal Dynamics, Lara and Tomb Raider are in our DNA, in our fabric. We eat, sleep, and breathe this game. So every single part of the game keeps the classic Tomb Raider feel. We have the puzzles, the exploration, the combat. The only difference now is we've balanced them slightly differently, and we've introduced some sort of cool extra effects, some of which we're not going to go into now, but big one is the co-op, of course. It's the first time that you're ever going to be able to play Lara Croft with somebody else. Bring some fans together, get them talking, have fun.
It seems like it's cooperative in a very deep sense in the way that you have to approach a lot of the puzzle solving and some of the platforming stuff. Does that make this exclusively a cooperative experience?
Certainly not. About a year ago, when we started really delving into the arcade space, we made the decision that if we were going to make a co-op game, that we still had to have a single-player game. We still had to bring that sort of solitary experience that some Tomb Raider fans absolutely love. So we've balanced them correctly. When you play the co-op game, of course you have all the trappings of having to work together. We class it as true co-op. There's areas that you need to communicate. You need to have that conversation about what am I going to do, and then I'm going to grapple here, and I'm going to throw a spear there. But in the single-player experience, you basically get different set of assets. You get different equipment, and we use physics throughout the world to be able to give you new puzzles. So it's almost like playing two different games within the same world.
What was the big driving force that made you guys decide that, hey, this is where we want to take Lara Croft next? This is, where we want to, as Crystal Dynamics, kind of focus our energies on our next game?
I think with the titles that came out of recent, obviously the bar had been raised immensely. We've been doing Tomb Raider now for maybe 4.5 years. We started with Legend, and then we had Anniversary, and then we finished it with Underworld. And when we finished Underworld, we felt we had the opportunity to kind of take a step back and get a breath of fresh air and think, where are we going to take this franchise? As I said, the bar had been raised, so we needed to be really, really experimental, try new things. And we broke off into sort of two teams. Of course, we have our pillar release, and obviously when we're ready, we'll get you guys in and talk to you. But right now, we kind of spent some time sort of saying, what could we do in this space? We had become known for that one title, as I said, ported across all these platforms. And really, that wasn't delivering the experience to every single player that we wanted it to be. So our kind of mantra inside was to make sure that every single person who plays it felt it was built for them. So this arcade game is one that we really took a long sort of time to let it fester and make sure that if we were going to go into this space, it was something new, compelling, and we kind of raised the bar. We didn't want to just come into the space for the sake of coming into it and saying, hey, look at us, we've got an arcade title. It was about how can we go in there and make it even better.
So seeing this earlier, when I first laid my eyes on this game, the first thing that popped in my mind was this is very much a throwback to classic dungeon crawler style gameplay, though of course with the addition of the kind of Tomb Raider touches. What was it about that style of gameplay that made you think that was going to be a great fit with Lara?
I think the opportunity to do something different. We really did look at all those old games like Baldur's Gate, Gauntlet, and even ourselves. We've been around for 15 years with Lara, and Tomb Raider 1 has got a lot of heritage, some cool things happen in that. And then take games of the last 12 or 18 months that have raised the bar. We really wanted to try and create something that had that sort of sticky effect, the one that people will pick up and play for 30 minutes, or follow the story, or go in and do a raiding a tomb for 15-20 minutes and do a puzzle. It was all about bringing somewhat classic arcade experience to this sort of character, this Lara, this iconic sort of emblem that people love to play. So it's something new for us, and hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing people with the smiles on their faces when they get their hands on it.
I would grill you here for specifics about loot and experience systems, but I think you're going to stonewall me right now. Let me find out, hey, what's the experience system going to be like in this game?
Let's just say we have this analogy right now that the list of the people of the last 2 or 3 days. It's like we've just showed you a Christmas present and you've ripped all the paper off and there's like this brown box and there's something else in there. We've only scratched the surface, really. We've only shown not even 2-3% of the gameplay. There was a lot of flashing lights, there was a lot of pickup things in there, so you can read through the lines. there's a lot more to come, and as we get closer to E3, we'll get you in, let you see.
Well, definitely looking forward to seeing more of it, Carl. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you.